That's better. I scream, you scream, we all scream for more Scream. So I watched Scream 6. It's the most recent installment in the Scream franchise. Known for their gory kills and meta references, Scream 6 is no different. It's got everything that you've come to expect in a Scream movie. The Scream franchise has come to a point where they're basically the Fast and Furious of the horror genre. The only difference being that more Scream films actually make sense. Scream is a series of films built around how a movie is made and how each one fits in its place. This one had the hard task of figuring out how to creatively use its place in the series as a plot device. All of the films do this, but this one is a weird one because it's not a sequel, a reboot, or a remake. It's not even a requel. Remake sequel. It's a sequel to a requel, making it a film that doesn't have a definitive term to describe it yet. While the film has a strange place in its franchise, it still managed to figure out how it's important. The characters say that their lives are no longer part of a trilogy and are now a franchise like the MCU or Star Wars. I think just like the other films, it does a good job finding its place in the movie making category. This is also probably the most brutal of all the films. You can feel the impact of every stab and gunshot. The gore is through the roof on this one. They really did not hold back. Once again, we have Jenna Ortega, Melissa Barrera, Jasmine Savoy Brown, and Mason Gooding returning after their debut in the last movie. Hayden Panettiere returns as Kirby from the fourth movie, who's even better than she was last time. And of course, we have our OG character return in Courtney Cox as Gale Weathers. No Sydney this time though, because I guess Neve Campbell thinks she's playing a character equal to Iron Man. Every actor does a great job in this, just like every other time. This also probably has my favorite twist of all the movies. The mystery and thriller aspect of this film is stronger than ever. This one has you guessing who the killer is till the very last second. While the story isn't bad at all for a Scream film, I'm not a huge fan of the main character's storyline. At least, not how they handle it. Spoilers for the other movies, in the fifth film we learn that Sam is the daughter of Billy Loomis, the killer from the first movie. In this film she follows her killer instinct because she's the daughter of a murderer, I guess. It's worth noting that she's never met Billy, but still has visions of him for some reason. I'm not here to question the logic of a Scream film of all things, but some things here just don't make sense. The movie moves pretty quickly, but there were a few moments that felt a little dragged out, especially the subway scene. It's a really good scene, but just a tad too long. All in all, I don't really have that many negatives. It's a fun and gruesome time, and there's no other way to experience one of these movies than a packed theater full of Scream fans. I think this is probably my third favorite in the series. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one an 8 out of 10. Let's go ahead and have a look over at the live franchise ranker. Nice! Wow! Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please like and subscribe. If you want to know more about my thoughts on movies, go ahead and follow my Instagram, Maceo Movies. Also, if you want more in-depth opinions from me, I've got good news. I have a podcast. That's right, I have a podcast now called The Cinemaniacs. I share it with my best friend Matthew and we talk about movies, games, and TV shows. So if you want to hear two dudes talk about movies, games, and TV shows, we've got you covered. The links to my Instagram and my podcast will be down in the description below. Thank you all so much for wanting to hear my opinion for some reason, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Nice.